Hello, students. We were on the chapter 5, Forms of Market. Today we are with a new topic. On the basis of competition, we studied about the two types, that is perfect competition and imperfect competition. In perfect competition, we studied the perfect competitive market, their features. Today, and we studied the price determination under perfect competitive market. Today, here we are with the imperfect competition. Now, what is imperfect competition? Imperfect competition is a type of market showing some but not all the features of the competitive market. So, these type of markets mainly are three markets are given, that is monopoly, oligopoly and monopolistic market. So, in imperfect competition, we are here to discuss with the three types of market, that is monopoly, oligopoly and monopolistic market. The first one, monopoly. Meaning and definition of monopoly. The term monopoly derives from the Greek word mono, which means single, and poly means seller. So the word monopoly means single seller. From the word itself, the definition and meaning is derived. Monopoly is a market in which there is only one seller who controls the entire market. Supply for a product which has no close substitutes. So, what is monopoly means? It is a market condition in which there is only a single seller and he controls the entire market supply and the product don't have any close substitute. According to Chamberlain, monopoly refers to the single firm which has control over the supply of the product which has no close substitute. So the person in the market, monopoly market, the producer, the seller has total control over the market and there is no close substitutes for the product he produces. Now we will see the features of monopoly. First, total 7 features are there. You can see there, see single seller, no close substitute, barriers to entry, complete control over the market, price maker, fifth point is price maker, sixth price discrimination, and seventh it is no distinction between the firm and the industry. Now when we studied about the definition itself, we understood what is monopoly. Monopoly means single seller. So the first feature of monopoly is single seller. Single seller means in the monopoly there is no competition. Why? Because there is only one seller, one producer or seller to produce. But the number of buyers, there are many buyers there. मोनोपोली मार्केट सिस्टम में एक ही सेलर रहते, प्रोड्यूसर एक ही और बायर्स ज़्यादा हैं. सो फर्स्ट फीचर में आप लिखेंगे in a monopoly market there is only one seller and he is having the total control of the market and there are many and numerous buyers. Second feature, it is no close substitute. There are no close substitute for the product of the monopolist. Therefore, the buyers have no choice. They have to either buy the product from the monopolist or go without it. The cross elasticity of demand of the product is either zero or negative. Cross elasticity, you know that. The elasticity due to the substitutes. So, the cross elasticity of this product monopoly is zero or negative. Why? Because there is no any substitute the product. If the buyers go and want that, he want to purchase that product itself. If not, he has to go without the product. Third, barriers to entry. The barriers to entry means the rival firm cannot enter the market. Why? It is restricted due to legal or natural technological barriers which do not allow the competitors to enter the market. So in the monopoly market, a person who can produce the similar product cannot enter the market very fast because there may be some legal conditions may be there, technological, the procedure of the production may be different. So in this way, in the short term, mostly a new firm cannot enter into the monopoly market. Fourth, it is complete control over the market. When we studied the definition itself, we came to understand that the monopolist has the complete control over the market. How he control the market? Because he is the only producer. Nobody is other person to produce the product. So he is having the control. He can raise the price, he can minimize the price, he can sell, cannot sell, he can do whatever he like because he is the sole producer. मोनोपोली मार्केट में पूरा मार्केट कंट्रोल सेलर के पास है. वाई? क्योंकि सेलर ही प्रोड्यूसर एंड उसको उसका प्रोडक्ट बेचना है नहीं बेचना है ये सब डिसीजन टेकिंग कैपेसिटी उसके अंदर है. इसकी वजह से वो मार्केट को कंट्रोल करते हैं. फिफ्थ पॉइंट है प्राइस मेकर. अपन परफेक्ट कंपटीशन जब पढ़ाई किया है उसमें देखा है प्राइस टेकर है. परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिटिव मार्केट प्राइस टेकर है. लेकिन मोनोपोली में मोनोपोलिस्ट क्या है? प्राइस मेकर है. ही मेक्स द प्राइस. मीन्स मोनोपोलिस्ट कैन फिक्स द प्राइस. ही कैन डिसाइड द प्राइस. For what price the commodity can be sold. So he is considered to price maker. So if the question asks why the monopolist is considered to be a price maker, it is understood because the monopolist is a single seller. There is no close substitute for the products and he is having the total control of the market and he can decide the product to sell and he is a price maker. Sixth point is price discrimination. What is price discrimination means? Discriminate करना price. ये मोनोपोली में एक main important point है price discrimination. Monopolist being a price maker, he can change different prices to different consumer for same product on the basis of time and place, etc. Thus, price discrimination is an important feature of the monopoly market. For example, students and senior citizens are provided railway tickets at concessional rates. Other thing, if we can see in the market condition, the person, if he is a single seller, when the person come, he change the price of the product. When a very rich person come, he will say that this much is the price, and a poor person come, he can change the price according to his convenience. So he is having the authority to change the price in a. So it is said there is a price discrimination in monopoly market. Monopoly market में price discrimination है. अलग अलग price decide कर सकता है producer को seller को. Seventh, no distinction between firm and industries. Now, what is a firm and what is an industries? A monopolist is the sole seller or producer of the product. So, the monopoly firm itself is the industries. He is the only seller. He is producing everything in his own control. So, both the firm and industry in the monopoly is the same. So, you have to learn मोनोपोली में आपको डेफिनेशन पढ़ना है. मोनोपोली ग्रीक वर्ड है. कौन सा वर्ड से डिराइव हुआ? मोनो मतलब सिंगल और पोली मतलब सेलर और उसका डेफिनेशन चेम्बरलाइन का डेफिनेशन और 7 फीचर्स है. आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है. नेक्स्ट वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द टाइप्स ऑफ मोनोपोली. जस्ट आई विल गो थ्रू. देयर आर 7 टाइप्स ऑफ मोनोपोली. ये आपको ध्यान में रखना है. ये सिलेबस इस बार सिलेबस में नहीं है बट जस्ट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इज वेरी इजी. प्राइवेट मोनोपोली, पब्लिक मोनोपोली, लीगल मोनोपोली, नेचुरल मोनोपोली, सिंबल मोनोपोली, डिस्क्रिमिनेटिंग मोनोपोली एंड वॉलंटरी मोनोपोली. अभी प्राइवेट मोनोपोली में आपको देख सकते हैं प्राइवेट फर्म जो कंट्रोल करते हैं. मतलब यू कैन जस्ट सी द एग्जांपल्स गिवन इन देयर. पब्लिक गवर्नमेंट का होता है तो दैट इज पब्लिक. इंडियन रेलवे पब्लिक मोनोपोली है मतलब किसी के और कंट्रोल में नहीं है. लीगल मोनोपोली मीन्स लीगली द पर्सन हैज गॉट द प्रोविजन, पेटेंट मिल जाते हैं प्रोडक्ट करना, कैसा पार्ले जी है, पार्ले जी का पेटेंट किसको मिलते हैं, अमूल प्रोडक्ट से, जैसा लीगली उनको राइट है प्रोड्यूस करना, बाकी किसी को भी नहीं है। नेचुरल नेचर दिया है, मतलब कश्मीर में एप्पल नेचुरल मोनोपोली है, और कोई स्टेट का नहीं है, कश्मीर से ही एप्पल आते, ऑरेंजेस का, ग्रेप्स का, लाइक दैट नेचर ने खुद दिया है मोनोपोली प्रोड्यूसर, उसका नेचुरल मोनोपोली। सिंपल मोनोपोली, इन सिंपल मोनोपोली सेलर ऑफ ए फर्म charges uniform prices, simple, discriminating different prices. And voluntary monopoly means to avoid out the throat competition, cutthroat competition, some monopolists voluntarily come together and form a group of monopolists. So that is OPEC जो है oil. So these are the 7 types of monopoly. Next comes oligopoly. The term oligopoly is derived from the Greek word oligo, which means few, and poly means seller. It is thus the market where there are a few firms, if not sellers, in the market, producing either a homogeneous product or a difference product. For example, mobile service providers, cement companies, etc. So oligopoly market means what it is. Oligo, we said that oligo means few. So in the oligopoly market, there are few sellers selling same or different. It is not that it's homogeneous, same. एक जैसा प्रोडक्ट भी बेच सकते हैं, अलग भी बना के बेच सकते हैं. उसका फीचर्स 6 फीचर्स है. फर्स्ट, फ्यू फर्म्स और सेलर्स, interdependence, advertising, entry barriers, lack of uniformity, uncertainty. So these are the 6 features of oligopoly. Few firms. Few firms में आपको पहले ही बताया गया, few firms मतलब ज़्यादा नहीं, 2-3 फर्म्स रहते हैं इसको प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए. तो आपको एक्सप्लेन करते टाइम आपको ये लिखना है, इन ओलिगोपोली मार्केट द नंबर ऑफ फर्म्स आर वेरी फ्यू और sellers are very few. These few sellers dominate the market and enjoy considerable control over the price of the market. मतलब ये 2-3 प्रोड्यूसर नहीं तो 2-3 सेलर्स मिलके ये प्राइस का डिसाइड करते हैं एंड प्राइस वो बेच, मतलब वो प्राइस में वो बेचता है. इंटरडिपेंडेंस, वी सेड दैट देयर आर ए फ्यू फर्म्स, तो एक फर्म दूसरे फर्म के साथ डिपेंडेंट करते हैं, इंटरडिपेंडेंस ज़्यादा है इन ए मोनोपोली. सेलर हैज टू बी cautious with respect to any actions taken by the competing firm. Since there are few sellers in the market, if any firm makes the changes in the price, all other firms or industries are forced to change the price. Why they are forced to change the price? Because one firm change, so the consumers will run to that firm itself. To avoiding this, they have to keep very cautious that price change is going on or what. So there is interdependence. Each person depends each other. एक दूसरे के सेलिंग प्रोसीजर के बारे में ध्यान रखना बहुत जरूरी है. ये ओलिगोपोली मार्केट के फीचर है. एडवर्टाइजिंग मीन्स अपन को सब पता है व्हाट इज एडवर्टाइजिंग. एक प्रोडक्ट का एडवर्टाइजमेंट होता है, ये इस प्रकार से इसका यूज है. सो ये एडवर्टाइजिंग एक इम्पॉर्टेंट फीचर्स है ओलिगोपोली में. इट इज अ पावरफुल इंस्ट्रूमेंट इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द ओलिगोपोलिस्ट. ए फर्म अंडर ओलिगोपोली कैन स्टार्ट द अग्रेसिव एंड अट्रैक्टिव एडवर्टाइजमेंट कैंपेन्स टू सेल द प्रोडक्ट. उसका प्रोडक्ट बेचने के लिए वो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, कौन सा भी एडवर्टाइजमेंट, किसी को भी, फिल्म स्टार्स नहीं तो सेलिब्रिटीज, anybody they can means use and they can advertise the product and they will see how to sell the product. Entry barriers, monopoly में भी entry barrier था, same thing था इसमें भी. in the oligopoly also there is entry barriers. The firm can easily exit from the industry whenever it wants, but it faces certain entry barriers such as government license, पेटेंट्स एक्सेट्रा. तो लाइसेंस होना चाहिए, ये सब बारे में ओलिगोपोली मार्केट में थोड़ा सा रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है. Lack of uniformity. There is a lack of uniformity among the firms in terms of their size. Some firms may be small while other may be big. So उनका means this यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है उनका, एक जैसा मार्केट, एक जैसा मीन्स प्रोडक्टिव यूनिट नहीं है. दे इज डिफरेंट. सम मे बी वेरी बिग, सम मे बी वेरी स्मॉल. Uncertainty means what it is. There is a considerable element of uncertainty in this type of market due to join hands and cooperation or make try to fight each other. मतलब join hands means they have to keep it close watch that who is selling the product, if he is making the strategy change. So certain nahi hai, means they we can we are, there is not certain that what that the things to sell when and how and where and how much, this is not certain, because there are secrets that they don't make it out for the procedure. So in oligopoly, what is oligopoly? A market condition in which there are a few number of sellers and many buyers. There may be product, homogeneous product or differentiated product. The strategies are used different and the features we study. Now in the imperfect competition, the last one, monopolistic competition. We are studying the monopolistic competition. What is monopolistic competition? Monopolistic competition is a very realistic in nature. In the market, there are some features of perfect competition and some features of monopoly acting together. So in this monopolistic competition, the features of both the perfect competition and monopoly also is there. Professor Chamberlain coined the concept in his book Theory of Monopolistic Competition, which was published in 1933. According to Chamberlain, monopolistic competition refers to the competition among a large number of sellers producing close but not perfect substitutes. So, in a monopolistic competition, the sellers produce close but not perfect substitutes. Thus, the monopolistic competition has both the features of what? The perfect competition and the monopoly. Now, features of monopolistic competition. First one, fairly large number of sellers, fairly large number of buyers, product differentiation, free entry and exit, selling cost, close substitute, concept of group. So, in a monopolistic competition, the features, it is large number of sellers. So, in monopolistic market, you have to keep in the mind. This is not monopoly, it is monopolistic competition which have the same features of both the perfect competition and even the monopoly market. So the first point, large number of sellers. So you can write, in a monopolistic competition, there are large number of sellers producing same but not perfect substitute to each other. There is a difference, we will study in how it is. Fairly large number of buyers. Buyers are also very large in the monopolistic competition. Consequently, no single buyer can influence the price of the product by changing the individual demand. So one buyer cannot influence because there are many buyers. That is the main important point that we have to notice. A single buyer cannot influence the market because there are many number of buyers. Product differentiation. Now this is an important thing which we see in the monopolistic competition. We can see that in perfect competitive market and in the monopolistic market, same features are there. But one difference it is that in the monopolistic competition, product differentiation is very important in that. Product differentiation is a main feature of the monopolistic competition. In this market, there are many firms producing a particular product, but the product of each firm is in the same way differentiated in some matters from the product of every other firm in the market. This is known as product differentiation. So, in the monopolistic market, the producer produce the thing, but there is a product difference in the matter of color, smell, cover, design, shape, package. These are flavors. There is a differentiation. The product differentiation may take in the form of brand names, trademarks. Okay, then we can say that peculiarity of package, container shape, quality, cover, design, color, etc. This means that the product of the firm may not find close substitutes. Its cross elasticity of demand is very high. For example, mobile handset, cool drinks, etc. So, cool drinks, you can see that Limca is there, then Miranda, Sprite, all these things are different flavors, but all that has drinks, but its flavor is different, taste is different. So the monopolistic market, the producer, the seller use these techniques to sell the product. Free entry and exit. There is no any problem of entry and exit in the monopolistic market. Selling cost. Selling costs are the peculiar characteristics of the monopolistic competition. Why? What is selling cost means? It refers to the cost incurred by the firm to create more demand for its product and thus increase the volume of sale. It includes expenditure or advertisement, then through the radio, television, then broadcast, hoardings, exhibitions are there, window displays, free gifts, free samples, etc. Today we know that today we are mostly we know the features of the monopolistic competition in which they use all these techniques. So the selling cost is different for each firm. They use different techniques. Advertisement they can use, they can change the packet. Close substitutes. Next feature. In monopolistic competition, goods have close substitute to each other. For example, different brands of soaps and toothpaste like that. Concept of group. Under monopolistic competition, Chamberlain introduced the concept of group in place of industries. Industry means a number of firms producing identical product. A group means a number of firms producing different products which are closely related. For example, the group of firms producing medicine and automobile, etc. Now, students, when we discuss about this group of this concept of group, we know that when we go to the market and when you ask for one tablet, they will say नहीं ये ब्रांड का नहीं है, इसका दूसरा कंपनी का प्रोड्यूस किया दवाई है, आपको ये चाहिए क्या, ये लेके जाओ. ऐसा बहुत सारे चीज़ में अपन को प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंशिएशन इसका देखने को मिलते हैं. तो मोनोपोलिस्टिक कंपटीशन में मोस्टली परफेक्ट कंपटीशन का फीचर्स के साथ उसका प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंशिएशन, सेलिंग कॉस्ट ये ऐड करना है. सो इन दिस वे, in the imperfect competition, we studied about the monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition. So, students, in the forms of market, this much only it is there. So, go through the lessons, read the lesson while teaching, open the textbook and keep it in front of you. See the video again and again. And if you can't understand, you can just ask the questions in the classroom, and you can just go through the lessons in a proper way. You can read it. Very simple slide I made, and you can just study it for you only. These all slides are making for your convenience. So students, go through it. You like it, share the videos to other students also, as it will be able them to learn properly. All the matters is taken from the textbook. So what are the features, you can explain it. आप इसको एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं और इसका सेंटेंस 2-3 सेंटेंस करके लिखना है. ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप्स का जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं तो इसमें आपको वो भी क्लियरली आपको ध्यान में रहेंगे. वेरी स्मॉल सेंटेंस फॉर्म करके रखा है. सो स्टूडेंट्स, गो थ्रू दिस वीडियो वेरी केयरफुली. So we have finished the 5 chapters. All the chapters are in the channel videos. So just go through that from the lesson number 1 to this fifth lesson. It is there. Next lesson will be, I will means upload it very soon. So okay students, thank you.